My name is Balbir Wadhwa. I'm part of the Deloitte Cloud Engineering team, and we are here to talk about the S4 Central Finance Transformation Program at HPE. And Srikanth is going to join me in this session.
Yeah. Srikanth Tama, Senior Manager with Deloitte, and we've been part of the HPE, what we call as NGIT, the Next Generation IT program. So part of that, it's an S4 HANA journey, kind of getting all of the HPE systems from 10 different ERP systems and 800 different boundary applications onto SAP S4 HANA. So we're going to share about that journey. How many of you here are business functional, finance, supply chain, order management? Show of hands. Okay, perfect. Infrastructure, IT, systems, excellent. Very good. All right. So the story is in 2015, Hewlett Packard as a company has split into HPE, the enterprise business, HPI, serving the personal computing, printer space, and services, which is DXC. So this program, after the split, HPE wanted to simplify their IT landscape. They wanted to reinvent their business model through the simplification of IT landscape. As I mentioned, 10 different ERP systems, 800 different boundary systems. So they wanted to reduce their cost of ownership of their systems. Right? So that's how the program has started. Now, part of that, they also wanted to reinvent how they operate. And the key for HPE was to focus on their core competencies by reducing the IT spend, by simplifying the business processes, and that's how the program started. And one big, huge value case that HPE wanted to generate out of this is HPE on HPE. They wanted to prove out to the world that they can operate all of their 110 countries, the business, on one single SAP S4HANA production instance. 110 countries, including local reporting, statutory, you name it, and consolidation, internal management reporting, external reporting. They wanted to do all of that on their own instance, and they wanted to prove out to the world that we can do it. And if we can do it, you all can do it. That's the message of the HPE on HPE. So that's the background, the business situation, the program objectives, what did they want to get out of the program. Questions? Good? All right. Bobby, anything to add?
No, I think you're good. You covered it. So overall, from a HPE on HPE program perspective, today HPE has a 12 SAP landscape globally, and as Srikanth said, they're consolidated into a single global landscape, and that is where the journey is starting, and we are finishing into the various releases and implementing the overall solutions. Go ahead.
Excellent. So like I said, 800 plus boundary systems, high dependency on external labor. They gave the managing of their systems to another service provider. The assets are getting obsolescence, multiple order management environments, how orders can get into their systems, degradation of EDW performance, fragmented master data. Your master data is sitting in 10 different systems. So you can imagine the business folks out here, what kind of a scary world is that if your master data is in 10 different systems. And limited end-to-end order visibility. So once all of this comes into one central system, just imagine the possibilities that you have, that you kind of open up for your business, right? So those were the key challenges that we kind of set out to solve as part of the program. A quick overview of timeline. Where did we start, and where are we getting, and where are we right now? So December 2017, the master data, the common information model from all of the systems has been brought together, right? So there is one single chart of accounts, one single customer, SKUs, material, vendor, cost centers, profit centers, hierarchies, you name it. So they have got, as of December 2017, a common master data sitting in one system. So what we did is we stood up SAP S4HANA as a central finance system for HPE and brought the data from all of these systems into that one central finance environment. Fast forward 4 months, May 2018, Central Finance is live. SLT goes and fetches the data from all of these underlying systems and bringing the transactional data into one, like I mentioned, the SAP S4HANA Central Finance instance. What HPE did from May 2018 to November 2018 is that they ensured that their trial balance is reconciled. The sum of all these 10 systems, the numbers sitting in those 10 systems do tie with the trial balance that I have on the central finance system. So they ensure to their business, from an IT standpoint, that this is working. Right? So that's what happened in May 2018. Now again, fast forward to November 2018, AR, the accounts receivable, cash application, central payments, accounts payable, fixed assets, 100,000 fixed assets for legal entities situated in 110 countries. Concur, how they pay their T&E to their employees. Treasury, centralized cash management. Business planning and consolidation, which is BPC optimized on HANA. They brought all of this functionality into SAP S/4HANA, and by November 2018, this has become the book of record. So since November 2018, they've closed 2 quarters. They're reporting the numbers out to the street from one single SAP S/4HANA instance. Yeah. Anything to add, Balpreet?
I'm good.
Okay, go ahead. And so what's happening right now, right? So they're pulling their supply chain and order management processes from all these underlying systems onto SAP S/4HANA, which is already book of record from a financial standpoint. And then fast forward 1 year, by March, April 2020, they're going to be on one single end-to-end processes across the globe are going to run on this one environment. Right?
Absolutely. Apart from that, there are close to 200 plus boundary applications which are non-SAP application integrating with the central SAP system as well. So complexity of the environment and the ecosystem is much more bigger than the central only S4 systems. Go ahead.
A few stats, like I said, 110 countries, including localization, right? Localization, tax reporting in all of these countries. 700 plus legal entities. 19 million documents, using the SAP SLT capability. Initial load, so when we actually stood up the system and we had to do the initial load of the GL and the balances, 100 million line items. Right now, today, HPE's AC-Doc A table, for those of you who are familiar with table names, has 1.8 billion records, 1.8 billion line items. And you run a query, it runs. It gives you the GL line item report, the GL balances. So just kind of wanted to give a gauge on the stats, right? Local chart of accounts, and I talked about localization. You all know, for the finance folks here, country-specific chart of accounts. So we've set those up. 1.4 million customer records, 500,000, 500,000 vendor records, withholding tax, tax reporting, local tax reporting is all enabled out of the one system. Okay. So I talked about, central finance goes live, then we made it the core finance or the go-to, book of record, right? So this is all some stats around part of that, the 1.2, the go live that we had. Reporting, you can see Fiori out there. Accounts payable, like I said, every single vendor of HPE globally is paid out of one system today. One system, right? Every single. Cash application, every single accounts receivable is getting cleared by an interface with the banks. So all of the interfaces with the banks, both in and out, is happening from that one single system. Consolidations, like I mentioned, BPC optimized for HANA, no separate consolidation instance, no transferring of data between your book of record and then your book of report, right? No more separation. OLTP, OLAP, everything is in one instance. So BPC is embedded. Allocations, significantly complex allocations. So you take your global functions and the corporate costs in 3 tiers. They take it all the way down to what they call as management geographies. So all of that allocations have been enabled again on one single system. Planning is right there. Treasury, from a treasury standpoint, centralized cash management, all on one system.